I'm going to show you how to be a magnet for abundance. My name is Peter Abundant, aka Dr. Abundant, PhD and ordained minister in metaphysical science. My objective, my mission is to empower you to actually be a conscious creator and create the reality that you want. Abundance, magnetism, how to attract, law of attraction. When it comes to being a magnet, you have to think about just in nature, what is the principles behind magnetism? Usually it involves a piece of metal, iron, let's say, and some kind of electrical field. A magnet could be made with these two elements, iron, some kind of a metal, and maybe even electricity. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of how to make an actual magnet because that's not what I do, but I'm using it as a metaphor for you to understand exactly how you become a magnet, how you become a magnet for the things that you desire, the things that you wish to create, the magnet of abundance. Now, when we think about electricity, we're thinking about a current, right? We can often relate that to frequency, right? When it comes to the terminologies of metaphysical sciences and spirituality. So what I want you to do is think about when it comes to you and how you generate electricity, how you generate energy, essentially, is by way of your emotions. So when you think about your emotions, look at them as just not something you feel, but something that actually motivates you, animates you, fuels you, actually gets you going toward some kind of a action or a movement or objective. Many times when our emotions are engaged, though, our minds are not. So it's important to understand that with emotions, you must be mindful about what you do with those emotions, what you do with that energy that you have generated. For example, when you get angry, when you get mad, oftentimes you are so triggered by something, and this energy is so explosive and so intense that you just simply react, right? Without really thinking about what it is you're going to do in that particular situation. When it comes to your emotions, always practice engaging your mind, engaging logic, engaging your intention when it comes to following through with action. Because usually when you are engaged, when your emotions are engaged, you just have to take some kind of action, whether it be even internal frustration or feeling angry or feeling pissed off about something, right? Or even feeling happy, right? Feeling excited, feeling nervous. That somehow needs to be released in order to productively use that energy. And if we don't use that energy, if we don't release that energy, sometimes it can manifest in disease, right? It can manifest in high blood pressure, anxiety attacks, things of that nature. So it's very important to recognize the power of your emotions and what they do and what they, how they can manifest in different ways. So you have to be practical and mindful about what those emotions are, how powerful they are, and more importantly, what you can do with those emotions. Those emotions are there for you to push you, to motivate you, to give you power toward achieving a particular goal. Because you are triggered in a certain way, you can get back into your subconscious programming, your ego. For some reason, you were triggered to have these emotions because subconsciously you were taught to believe a particular thing, right? Now, we're not going to get into really how the subconscious works and, getting into the ego right now. But what I really want you to take away from this is that your emotions are the catalyst by which you attract. It is the thing that actually turns you into a magnet. When you recognize that emotions you have will attract particular things into your life, then you understand the significance of the symbolism here. When you are having positive emotions, they are aligned with positive thoughts, when they are aligned with practical action, then you will attract positive things, right? The things that you desire. But on the other hand, when you are having negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative actions, or negative reactions, then you will attract the negative things, the things that you do not want. Those things that you do not want are going to create suffering, pain, right? In a life essentially not in alignment with who you truly are. But when you focus on being a positive magnet, right, for positivity, you must be making sure that you are having the thoughts of positivity, thus really the things that you desire, having the emotions that create the frequency, the energy that actually magnetizes you to do all the things you need to do, but also to be at a frequency where those things are just drawn to you. Now, when you associate action, thoughts with that frequency, then you become who you truly are, which is an unstoppable and amazing and powerful being. But you have to recognize that this is all up to you. And when you recognize that and you start applying the tools that I'm mentioning here, then you really learn how to come into remastery of your ability to create whatever it is that you desire. Because remember, this isn't about learning how to manifest and materialize the things that you want. This is really about recognizing that you are already a master of manifestation. You just have to recognize that now you can do it consciously, okay? That it's not a matter of being by chance or because you practice these particular things, right? That is why you materialize something. You're always materializing something. You are always manifesting and creating. When you are not mindful and you are unconscious about who you're being and you're not paying attention to your words, your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, your surroundings, then it's easier for you to get lost in not being able to pinpoint what caused you to attract a particular outcome. So being a magnet means that you are engaging the positive emotions needed for you to take positive actions, to create the result of some positive results, okay? So you have to take ownership and you have to be practical and patient, because sometimes it can be a practice that takes some time for you to reprogram the thoughts that you have, the words that often come out your mouth, and also the people you're surrounding yourself with. So take ownership of all of those things. When you take ownership of all of those things, then you take ownership of yourself, take ownership of your life, and thus take ownership in the reality that you wish to create for yourself. So it is up to you. You want to attract particular things, whatever it is that you want to attract, you must align yourself with the positive emotions to generate the energy, generate the frequency that will align your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, all the things with that which you want. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, but I also invite you to join my Conscious Creator Circle, my subscription-based membership, which will offer you great and so much insight that will support you in creating the reality that you want. Thank you so much, and continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.